Hey there, this is Guillaume from Dama. I'm more than happy to be there and give you a really quick tour and overview of what Dama extension is, Dama's extension for Power BI, and how that works. You can get that PBI file on the app source of Microsoft, or you can also get that on our website. Essentially, what Datama is, it's a tool to help you explain any variation from one point to another on any KPI. So imagine we are a retail player and we monitor our revenue and we try to understand the variation of that revenue from one period to another. So from 1 month to another, from 40K to 46K. As an analyst, you often spend a lot of time trying to explain that variation and trying to slice and dice and to explain if that comes from a volume effect, a price effect, and which of the sub-segment of your business is explaining that variation. Well, Datama is here to help you explain that variation. Datama is an extension that you can get. It's a visual extension you can get on the marketplace of Microsoft. You basically get that exactly as a chart. So that it works, you need to put at least one metric and one dimension, obviously, in the visual. So for instance, we'll get the same period dimension and revenue dimension. And from there, we find back what we were just looking at, the 40K and 46K variation. That's a 15% increase. We see that as a waterfall chart, and we explain the variation from left to right with the impact of revenue. Well, the very cool thing that you can do with Datama is that you can take an approach of market equation, which means that essentially you could split revenue into a volume effect and a price effect. You see that Datama creates for you what Datama calls market equation. So revenue equals quantity times revenue per quantity. In that case, everything depends on the order of the columns that you drag and drop there. But you can define that in an advanced mode in the extension, defining how the metrics are related to one another. So here we get a more detailed explanation where we see that quantity decreased a little bit, and that decrease of quantity had an impact on revenue of minus 3.8K, but hopefully the average price increased, and that explains most of the increase of revenue. So everything translated in revenue. As an analyst, you often need then to drill down and slice and dice per dimension. So you can do that using any dimension of your data set and drag and dropping that in the dimension. So for instance, here I split by country, and now I'm able to explain the variation of quantity just by clicking on the box. By country, we have the Spain that has increased, but we have France that has decreased in terms of volume, and I can do the same on average price. And Datama is able, when it is relevant, to make the difference between what's a pure performance effect and what is called a mix effect. So for instance, you change the product mix, and which could explain a price variation, average price variation. So this is essentially having two metrics and having two dimensions is totally free on Datama's extension, and you can take advantage of all the different types of visualization that are available in the Datama's extension. So as a tree, as a waterfall, and you get all the details of your variation. In the premium mode, so in the paying mode, you can take advantage of much more than that. In fact, you can add more than one dimension to explain the variation, and Datama will help you understand what's the most interesting dimension to explain the variation. So you can get that, for instance, here back to the decrease of volume. Not only you get one of the dimension that you drag and drop, but you have a sense of what's the most interesting dimension to explain the variation. What if there's an abnormal variation within your sub-segments, which is a huge time saver instead of slice and dicing by every dimension of your dataset. Another advantage that you can have in the premium version is that you can have more than 2 steps in your market equation. So here I have volume and average price. I can get also another step, and instead of bridging on revenue, I could bridge on net revenue, so net of discount. And so my market equation is a bit more complex, which allows to have a lot of use cases, such as funnel analysis on a website. For instance, you have many examples on our website, and everything works the same, right? Using the builder extension, you can go into the details of what's the market equation, how it's done, create multiple comparison, create and customize your market equation by naming and adding units or naming the steps of your market equation. So any advanced customization is feasible, and that will save a lot of time in your daily analysis of bridge and gap analysis. So that was quick. There's much more to say on that tool, but I hope it makes sense for you. I'm happy to take any question or comments in the comments of that video, and feel free to contact us at Dama on our website if you want to learn more and understand how the product works. Thanks a lot for your attention, and happy analysis.